Members of the House, please be seated.
Will the House come to order, Mr. Clerk?
Aloha and good morning. Today's invocation will be delivered by Representative Patrick Pihana Bronco. Will the members who wish to participate please rise?
Please sit down. Thank you. Vilina mai kako e nā hoahana. Today the challenge of political courage looms larger than ever before, wrote Senator JFK in 1956, 5 years before he became president. These words came from Profiles in Courage, a biographical portrait of 8 senators who took principled and unpopular stands, putting them at odds with their parties and constituents. But they felt they were morally necessary for themselves and their country. Recently, I read Profiles in Courage, and this quote by JFK stood out to me. "We shall need compromises in the days ahead, to be sure, but these will be, or should be, compromises of issues, not of principles. We can compromise our political positions, but not ourselves. Compromise does not mean cowardice. Indeed, it is frequently the compromisers and the conciliators who are faced with the severest tests of political courage as they oppose the extremist views of their constituents. It takes courage to become and remain a lawmaker, courage to maintain our principles, to compromise if needed, and to stand for those we represent. It is an honor to serve along with you and a privilege to represent our communities. Mahalo, and please take care."
Thank you, Representative Bronco. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Aquino, Ms. Bellotti, Mr. Bronco, Ms. Clark,
Excused.
Mr. Cullen, Ms. Eli, Mr. Ganaden, Mr. Gates,
Excused.
Ms. Har,
Present.
Mr. Hashem, Mr. Hashimoto, Mr. Holt, Ms. Ichiyama, Mr. Ilagan, Mr. Johansson, Ms. Capella, Ms. Kitagawa,
Here.
Mr. Bertrand Kobayashi, Mr. Dale Kobayashi, Mr. Kong, Mr. Lopresti,
Here, and Clark's online too.
Ms. Lowen, Ms. Luke, Ms. Martin, Mr. Matayoshi,
Here.
Ms. Matsumoto, Mr. McDermott, Mr. McKelvey, Mr. Mizuno, Ms. Morikawa, Ms. Nakamura, Mr. Nakashima, Mr. Nishimoto, Mr. Ono, Ms. Okimoto, Mr. Onishi, Ms. Peruso,
Here.
Mr. Quinlan, Mr. Sayama, Mr. Takayama, Mr. Takumi, Mr. Tam, Mr. Tarnas, Mr. Todd, Mr. Tokioka,
Present.
Mr. Ward,
Ayo.
Ms. Wildberger,
Here.
Mr. Woodson, Mr. Yamane, Mr. Yamashita, Mr. Speaker.
Present.
Mr. Speaker, 49. Forty-nine members are present, 2 are excused.
Mr. Clerk, please note the presence of Representative Clark. Representative Ward, you are not in compliance with the House's dress attire policy.
Well, I'll get my jacket, Speaker. Hold on, and I'll get my jacket.
All right, members, on item 2, reading of the journal, Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, may this matter be deferred?
So ordered. Item 3, Mr. Clerk, are there any messages from the governor?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Item 4, Mr. Clerk, are there any Senate communications?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Item 5, introduction of bills, Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move that all bills laying on the clerk's desk pass first reading by title and be referred to print.
Representative Matsumoto.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
All right, all those in favor say aye. All opposed say no. The motion is carried. Item 6, Mr. Clerk, are there any resolutions for action?
Mr. Speaker, there are no resolutions for action. May all others be referred to print.
So ordered. Item 7, members, are there any announcements? Okay, if not, the chair has a couple of announcements. Please note that the governor's State of the State address will be at 10 a.m. this morning. The State of the State address will be available for members and the public to view on the House YouTube channel. Also, please, members, please note that the House will stand in recess for the purpose of the State of the State address, and we will, tomorrow is a recess day, we will reconvene on Wednesday, January 26th at noon. Recess.